my name is Hal Sruden. I'm Corporate Communications for the region Asia Pacific. And this is my first trip for 2 years. I'm very glad it is Kuala Lumpur. Wonderful to be here. But I had to support this moment, this event. It's the first time we're launching Black Badge Ghost in Malaysia.
I'm delighted to welcome you all here today to witness the new Black Badge Ghost. Black Badge is for the bold and for the fearless. When we first introduced Black Badge, it was seen to be a real change for the brand. However, it has proven to be a success because our customers wanted something bolder, edgier, and with more intensity.
Black Badge Ghost for the first time in Malaysia. So some of you must be wondering, hang on, you started talking about black. Well, the joke's on all of us actually. You can talk to Anas over there because he is thinking left field. That's the point. The idea with Black Badge is you don't have to have a black car. That's exactly what he's done today. He's making a point to all of us that actually when you are supposed to think disruptive and left field, you can have Black Badge, but also in white. In fact, with Rolls-Royce, you can have it in 44,000 colors. Please go ahead and choose what you want. This is bespoke. This is new luxury. In terms of the black application, you can see it on 3 of our most iconic symbols. It's the Spirit of Ecstasy, and that's the flying lady on top of every Rolls-Royce bonnet. She's black now, electrochrome plated. The RR badge is reversed. And this Pantheon grille, which a lot of people didn't realize that this is actually a defining piece of Rolls-Royce signature, is now with illumination. By the way, people in Singapore, myself included, are not allowed to have illuminated grille. So you can actually rejoice that you have run up on Singapore here. Additionally, you have black accents around the front of the car, you can see that, and then you can see also black around the surrounds. When you look at these black lines, this is no mean feat. This is craftsmanship at its best. This is painted by one single person. He is named as the last person to touch a Rolls-Royce before it leaves the factory. He hand paints this with squirrel brushes, so go figure. That will take you at least 3 to 4 hours to do at 5.4 meters, and then the other side too. Painstaking, precision, but handcrafted. Have a look, for example, at the wheels here, on the side here. These are special carbon fiber wheels, made only for this particular model. And if you look at carbon fiber wheels, you might think lightness, well that's good for the car. Actually, this is about strength. This wheel incorporates 44 layers of carbon fiber. It is very strong. And for those of you who are drivers, you will know that strength in the wheel actually also improves the handling. And it's topped off with the accent of red here. We're color-coded today, though I'm not as color-coded as Anas, I must say, with the red calipers. So a little bit of sporting intent that shows you. Black surrounds as well. And the whole tone is very contrasting. He's fooled all of us, but it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of art, I would say. Okay, so first thing to say, okay, is those of you who don't know, is before you come into the suite, I think if some of you, if you like to come around the back of it, get a better view. Right, so one of the things that you'll see is this very beautiful, contrasting interior. It's just quite special. And as you can see, Anas has specified it in such a way that this is something that really gets the eyes. But I'll start first with this item, okay, which is the world's only crash-tested umbrella. But notice one thing. For those of you who've seen me present umbrellas before, you'll say, yes, that's another umbrella, how bad? It's color-coded. And that's what's also special. in this particular model. And this is what we call commission collection umbrella. Why is it crash tested? Well, because it happens to be in the body of the car. So when the car is undergoing crash testing, it has to be in the car for that crash test. Another special point, apart from the RR logo, and yes, it is quite expensive, is it's Teflon coated. And why is it Teflon coated? Because the water will run off the Teflon coating, and therefore the umbrella will stay dry. But we haven't stopped there, because Rolls-Royce engineers are about detail. When you place this umbrella inside the door, it has a special channel. And when the car is moving, it will automatically dry the umbrella. So no moldy or smelly umbrellas. So let's have a look at the suite. This over 1.8 million ringgit suite. What does this get you? Well, it gets you the finest in leathers. The leather is from Bavarian bulls. Why Bavarian bulls? Because they're bred at high altitude. They don't run into barbed wire, so you have the finest hides. What is it about the color? Can you do other different colors? Absolutely. As I mentioned, we have 44,000 colors available. If one of you in our esteemed audience says, I would like a color just for myself, you can order that. You can make it happen, and nobody else will be able to have that color. So you can book your own color. Let's start at the front. This is a driver's car. So perhaps you can imagine that now in the ultra high net worth individual sector, the luxury is time, and the luxury is driving yourself and experiencing things for yourself. So this Black Badge Ghost has a few other things which are a little bit different from its Silver Badge counterparts. If you were to look inside the car, and we'll activate the car a little bit later, you would find that the dials have red tips on them. And that's to show the slight extra urgency and sportiness of the car. You would find also the very best in modern technology in terms of camera. No such thing about, okay, people need to worry about the size of the car, male or female, because it's loaded with technology. I can show you later on, the camera surround technology, you can actually go around the car, so you know what motorcyclists or any hazards or anybody who's around to touch the car. And inside, the materials that you normally might see on a normal Rolls-Royce car, like wood, are now swapped for carbon fiber. And what a piece of carbon fiber art it is, because you have 6 layers of lacquer, very special substrate, and it creates a 3D effect. So I encourage you to have a look at it inside. And when you are inside, look up, to take the name of the famous Netflix movie. Don't look up, but in this case I'm asking you to look up, because you will see the stars. Not only will you see the stars, you will see, if you look closely, a shooting star. And for those of you in luxury, you're probably wondering, well, what's the trend here? The trend is, and I was speaking to somebody earlier today about the trend, is that when our customers see these stars in the roof, they say, can I bespoke them? And one of the things that we do for our customers is that if you have a child, for example, or yourself, you want to have the night sky the day you were born, this is possible. Because Goodwood, our home of Rolls-Royce, is connected with observatories. They have all the mapping. Another thing that you can get when you sit in a car like this, and as I said, the team will help you in a while, you are getting the best in audiovisual. 18-speaker surround sound, reference-grade system. Now I'm a little bit on the audiophile, and I have to tell you, when I get into this car, I don't like going home, because then I have to listen to my stuff, and it doesn't sound as good as this. It is pinpoint perfect. There's a reason why. Number one, it was designed using the best calibration in the world. The audio engineers were telling me, and I was saying, yeah, it must be something DX55. No, the human ear. 2, it's bespoke. It doesn't come from any particular manufacturer. It's done specially, built in-house. 3, the audio engineers, with some of the music that you've been listening to, have gone thousand kilometers to listen to the music, to every note, every piece. It's 18 channel, that means that each speaker is powered by its own amplifier, crystal clear. But then you said audio-visual. Well, look at the screens at the back when you activate them. You can watch a movie. We can turn this whole cabin into IMAX theater. It is that good. You also have the most beautiful and thick landscape formats. You have also ventilated and massage seats, I think on this particular one, and there's a feature in here. And you also have, if you were to go inside there, I won't bend in, but we can have a look at it later. There is a champagne cooler. For those of you who like their champagnes and know about champagnes, you will know that actually you should have two settings, 6 or 11 degrees. That cooler is designed with a sommelier. We do not go by half measures in Rolls-Royce. Detail is important, because if you were to be able to ride in a Rolls-Royce, you would find, yes, it's quite quiet, but there's something else. When our lead engineer told me the story about this car, initially they had customers who were a focus group. They said, let's make this cabin silent. What happened? They felt sick. It's like being disoriented, being in space. You have no reference point. They then said, let's introduce something called a whisper, which is a trademarked frequency. They then decided that they're going to be absolutely obstinate about precision and so forth. Every part of this cabin is tuned. It's tuned like a pitchfork. It means that each component, if it rattles, everything has an oscillation, cancels each other out. That is the secret, ladies and gentlemen, behind how you feel in a Rolls-Royce. You won't immediately understand it until you actually sit in it